Hello there, World of Tankers. Hello there, World of Tankers. I'm Blitz, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the brand new teaser trailer Wargaming has posted for World of Tanks Blitz. Now, this has some very, very exciting information in it, and I'm going to be telling you everything you do need to know about it, breaking down the short 52-second video, probably into a 10-15 minute video, telling you everything I do know, and some speculations about what is going to be coming into the game. Now, of course, if you do like this type of content and you did learn something, please make sure to stick around, hit that subscribe button down below, as it does help out the channel so much. Click that bell icon if you want to keep up to date with the giveaways I have and everything else like that. But make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do like this type of content. But getting straight into it, as we can see right in the background of the first second in this video, we're looking at the Super Conqueror. Now, a lot of us already knew that this tank was going to be coming into the game, into the June 7.0 update. The update's going to be coming around the mid of June, maybe the 17th or 15th, sometime around then this update will be coming out, as it already is the 3rd of June, so not too far away, just 2 weeks away. Now, the Super Conqueror is a Tier 10 British collector heavy tank, and unfortunately, it probably will be sold in crates. It's a very menacing looking vehicle, as you can see from the front. It's got reactive heat armor on the top of it, which is pretty much impenetrable to any premium rounds coming at it. As well, it's got that ridiculously thick space armor on the turret that you'd find on like a Carnarvon Action 10, a Defender Mark 1. So that as well is probably going to be completely impenetrable. So a very, very tough vehicle to come up against. But as I said, it probably is going to be sold in crates. I'm about 99% sure on that. Crates are going to probably be about $10 for 2 of them, and it's going to have a 5% drop chance. The only thing I am really looking forward to in these crates is if they have charms. Because, of course, if they don't, you could end up spending $5,000 and not pick up this vehicle. But if they do come with charms, that means that eventually, after you buy, let's say, 25 of these crates, because that's about the number they always use, after you open up 25 of these crates, you'll get the vehicle guaranteed. While it might cost you a lot of money, it is better, in my opinion, than having no chance at all of getting it, especially for me when I love to collect these types of vehicles. It's very, very good stuff coming right into the game. A couple seconds later, we're already looking at the brand new light tanks coming into the tech tree of the British line. We have the Vickers Light, the Vickers CR, and the FV4301. Now, the Vickers Light has some very, very promising statistics going for it. 3,400 damage per minute. It's got 10 degrees of gun depression, a very solid turret, about 250 millimeters thick on the mantlet. So it's going to be very, very troll to penetrate that turret. Of course, it is a light, so the hull armor isn't very thick, but that turret is something that is very impressive. As well, because it is British, it's going to have special premium rounds. They are not HESH. Wargaming said that. However, they're still going to have around 90 millimeters of pen, which is still going to be very, very menacing for most of the lightly armored Tier 9 and Tier 10 medium vehicles. Even some of the heavies like the AMXs, they are not going to stand a chance against the high explosive penetration on this vehicle. Moving down to the Vickers CR, I don't know a crazy amount of this. My guess is it's just going to be like a tuned-down version of the Vickers Light, probably around maybe 2,900, 3,000 damage per minute, which is still a crazy amount for a Tier 9 light tank. And the FV4301, again, boasts a really crazy damage per minute. This thing is going to have the quickest reload out of every single Tier 8 in the game with a 3.3 second reload. It is going to be crazy, and it's going to deal about 190 damage, it looks like. So I'm very, very excited to see how these vehicles are going to be coming into the game, whether they're going to be overpowered or anything else like that. In my opinion, the main reason why this Vickers Light is so promising looking is because they want to counter the Sheridan. As we know, the Sheridan shoots missiles. It is currently the strongest Tier 10 light tank by a landslide. So Wargaming wants to add this Vickers Light, in my opinion, to really counter it, to stop the Sheridan from only dominating the battlefield. Moving on a little bit more, of course, we're looking at the Vickers Lights here moving around. You can see they're going to be very, very mobile. And as well, the Vickers Light is going to have the best view range in the game, as they did tune down the STB. Looking up at the Super Conqueror Legendary Camouflage here, it looks very, very nice, as we can see. Some nice dark blues on it. You got the British flag on the side skirt of the one left side. Overall, this tank looks very, very nice, and I am excited to pick this vehicle up. Just not excited about how much money it's probably going to end up costing me. A little zoomed in view there. And here comes a brand new American Tier 8 heavy tank. This is the T-54E2, as you can see right on the back of it. I made a preview video on this tank a little while back, so I know quite a bit about it. This is actually called the Renegade on World of Tanks PC. And as you can see, it looks like the American Tier 10 T-110E5, and you slapped it down 2 tiers. And that's pretty much how it's going to play. It's going to have the same type of gun you'd find on the T-32 with, of course, buffed pen. about 220 millimeters of pen, 310 average damage. It's going to come with 10 degrees of gun depression. That turret, the weakest part, is 250 millimeters, and those are the cheeks right next to it. The upper plate on this vehicle is around 350 millimeters thick, which means even the highest premium rounds are really going to struggle to penetrate the top of this vehicle. Now, the lower plate, of course, just like an E5, is going to be a weak spot, about 220 millimeters thick. But overall, this tank is very nice looking. I think it's going to be a lot more skill intensive than most of the overpowered premiums. I don't think this will be coming into crates because the side armor is very weak, the rear is very weak. You're definitely going to have to know what you're doing. Now, hold on a second. What is this abomination? I am extremely intrigued by looking at this tank. In fact, this is one of the coolest vehicles I've seen Wargaming working on in a while. I have absolutely no clue what nation this is. When we look at it, it does have a Russian 122 just looking at the gun barrel, which means it's probably going to be a Tier 8 heavy tank. It does look very large, so it almost looks like a Tier 10 vehicle, but we just saw the T-50 and the T-32, which are two Tier 8 heavy tanks, so my guess is this is also going to be a Tier 8 heavy tank. Looking at the turret, it's probably not going to have a lot of gun depression, only about 5 to 6 degrees. So it's going to be a very slow-moving heavy as well, in my opinion, maybe 35 kilometers per hour. It's very heavy looking. You can see those track wheels are thick, and those are going to absorb a lot of shells. It's got that very steep pike nose design on the roof. Even the lower plate has an extremely thick-looking pike nose design, maybe 250 millimeters on the upper plate, 220 on the lower plate. We're going to have to see how it does come out when they do release the statistics, but it looks very devastating. As well, it's got side plating all over the turret. Even the roof of the turret, we can see, looks like it has side plating all over it. Now, if you look at the very back of the turret, there might be a cupola sticking out. It's very hard to tell, but it's probably going to be very tough to penetrate that. So it's going to be a very deadly looking vehicle. You can see the sides are completely angled, which is going to make it a lot tougher to penetrate it if you are trying to pen the side armor when it is going to be side scraping. And talking about what nation it is, of course it has a pike nose design, and there's only two nations that are prominent with the pike nose design. We have China, which the WZ-110 has a pike nose design, and as well we have Russia, which of course the IS-5, the IS-7, the IS-8, all those vehicles have a pike nose design. But looking at this vehicle, it looks like it's going to be a Chinese heavy tank. Now the reason, of course, that being is because it has a darker green color to it. Now the missile salvo camo does make vehicles a lot darker. I have the missile salvo camouflage on my SU-152, and it makes it almost look black. So Wargaming purposely probably put that camouflage on this vehicle to hide what nation it is, but I definitely feel that it is going to be a Chinese heavy tank. So we're going to have to find out when more details do come out about this vehicle. But overall, I'm very excited for it to come out in the game. The other reason why I do think it is going to be a Tier 8 heavy tank is because when you look at the IS-6 gun, the IS-5 gun, the Glacial 112, they do fire APCR as their standard ammunition. As you can see here, tank did fire APCR. Moving up to the 6-year anniversary, as you can see, we have the P43 BIS. Now, this, in my opinion, is not going to be the big prize. This is a Tier 7 medium tech tree vehicle. Wait a sec, really quick before I do get back into live time on this video. I was looking over this in editing, and it turns out Wargaming just contacted me on Discord, and they told me, hey, that P43 BIS is not a P43 BIS. It, in fact, is a Tier 6 collector vehicle. It still is the P43, but this is going to be a Tier 6 collector in the event. So I am glad I was able to clarify that really quickly before I did end up posting this video. I just think that they're throwing a little nice gesture here where you're going to be able to get a really cool looking camouflage on the tank. You can see it's got like the military dashes on it. It's really nice looking. So I'm excited to get this camouflage. Maybe it's trying to intrigue more people to go for the Progetto, because it actually does not have a crazy amount of people going for it towards the nerfs that it really has had in the recent times. But if we look all the way in the corner, you will see another wrapped present, and in my opinion, that is the Eagle 7. It does look like it has a turret. It looks like a gun barrel sticking out of it, or at least a gun barrel is holding up the top part of the tarp, so I definitely feel that that is going to be the Eagle 7, a Tier 7 American medium tank for the 6-year event. I'm not 100% sure on that, do not quote me on that, but I definitely feel that is going to be this special event. So here's a closer look at the camouflage, very nice looking, and you're going to see this is the P43 BIS. But going back a little bit, we see this T-34 with a very nice looking camouflage. So, of course, Independence Day is coming out very soon, July 4th. Hopefully you guys do know that. But this is a very, very nice looking camouflage as we see. It's got the American flag all over it, some nice blues, reds, and white. I am a huge fan of the American camouflages. I love the rain camo that they received for the special tournaments. So I really, really do like this camouflage as well. And I'm probably going to be putting this on a lot of my vehicles, but it's a very, very nice looking camo, very, very vibrant. Of course, we have the Independence event. You're going to see here, it's got the American flags all over it. So if this is not the July 4th event, I will be very, very surprised. But yes, this will probably include vehicles, as I said. Not this event specifically, but the tanks that will probably hit the store around this time will probably be the T-2020 HTC, which has the American flag camouflage on it, as well the Eagle 7. As I said, I'm not sure if that's going to be hitting the store or it's going to be the event tank. I think it's going to be the event tank. And as well, probably the T-34 Independence or the T-34 1776. There's a lot of vehicles, maybe the Fury. There are a lot of tanks that Wargaming could throw out, but I'm 100% sure that the T-34 1776 will probably be sold just because it is such an American-looking tank. So, as you can see, one of the biggest things that's going to be coming into the future updates is, as I hinted in my other 7.0 video, the Cron Bagging. As we see, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 placement cards there that were ranging from tier 7 to tier 10. So of course we have the Cron Bagging here at tier 10, and if you look at the World of Tanks PC tech tree, it starts off of course as the Cron Bagging as the tier 10 heavy tank. Then at tier 9 we move to the Emil 2, tier 8 the Emil 1, and tier 7 is going to be the Leo, a tier 7 Swedish medium tank. So there's going to be 3 heavies and 1 medium tank. The Leo is sort of like the P43 BIS. It's going to be very, very similar to that. However, the Cron Bagging, the Emil 2, and the Emil 1 are all going to be autoloaders. And unlike the current autoloaders in the game at tier 10 being heavies, extremely strong turret armor. In fact, the Cron Bagging is around 250 millimeters thick on the turret, just flat. But as you can see, that turret is extremely well angled looking at that small picture there. So it's going to be about 450 millimeters thick on the turret armor. Extremely impossible to penetrate. Then you have to remember that this tank has 12 degrees of gun depression, which is going to make it flexible than every other tier 10 vehicle currently in the game. So I'm very, very excited for this vehicle to be coming into the game. It's most likely going to carry a 120 millimeter with 3 shells in a clip, 3-second interclip delay. So it's going to be 1200 damage in the entire clip, and it's going to take you 6 seconds to unload the whole clip. So very, very nice stuff. Looking for it. I'm very, very excited to see what Wargaming does do with this tank to balance it out. But this will be one of the most popular lines in my opinion, and also a very, very tournament dominant tank coming into the game. So as you can see, there is some very, very big stuff coming into the game. Here's a good look of the Cron Bagging right there. They've already got the files in for it. It looks very, very nice as so. So I'm very excited for the brand new updates that are going to be coming into Blitz, and a nice background shot here of the Super Conqueror. So let me know what you guys think of the stuff that's coming into Blitz in the future. This looks extremely cool to me, especially that Chinese, Russian, whatever that tier 8 heavy tank is. That has really got me intrigued because I want to know what that thing is. So let me know what you guys think. What nation, what type of tank you think it is in the comments down below. If you can tell me about the vehicle, if you can find some sort of statistics on it, I'll maybe make a follow-up video talking about that vehicle alone. But other than that, guys, I hope you did like this video. Of course, if you learned something new in this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure to hit that like button if you did like it. Of course, if you didn't like this video, you know what to do. Hit that downvote button. Tell me why I messed something up, or I just completely suck at making videos. But other than that, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. Stay happy, stay healthy out there, and I'll see you in the next one.